Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back once again to Solid Gold. In today's video, we're going to talk about my Watonai goldfish and give you a little update on how they are doing. You guys have been requesting this video for a really long time and it's finally here. As you know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I've been doing this series of updates on all the goldfish in my fish room since I have about 32 fish right now split up between 10 different tanks. I'm splitting up the updates on all of my fish into separate videos so that it's not like an hour-long video. We've already covered all of my butterfly telescope goldfish, which is my favorite goldfish variety and the one that I have the most of. And now we're talking about my Watonai goldfish, and we only have one more update left after this, which will be my broadtail moors. So stay tuned for that one too, and if you missed my previous ones, check them out. There'll be links somewhere on the video or in the description section. So what is a Watonai goldfish anyways? The Watonai is a bit of an older variety that's actually rarely seen today. I only know of one person or company that's really breeding these. That would be Rain Garden Goldfish in Hawaii, and that's where I got one of my Watonais from. The cool thing about Rain Garden is they actually went back to the original cross because this variety had essentially been lost and kind of died out in the hobby. So Rain Garden went back to the original cross of breeding a ryukin with a wakin to get to the Watonai in the original way that it was created. So that's really cool, and they're the only people I know of that are breeding them that way. The Watonai was originally created way back in the day from a cross between the ryukin and the wakin. Now the wakin is one of the oldest goldfish varieties. It's a really good hardy pond type of fish. It's more of an elongated body with a short stubby tail, but it is a double tail. The ryukin, on the other hand, is what we call a fancy goldfish or an egg-bodied goldfish. It's because it has a big egg-shaped body, as the name would suggest. This fish has usually a longer trailing tail, and it's more suited to aquariums, but they can thrive in ponds as well. The cross between these two varieties, the ryukin and the wakin, is really interesting because it created a fish called the Watonai, which combines some of the traits of each of the parent varieties. It combines the hardiness of the wakin with the beautiful long flowing tail of the ryukin to create a pond fish that is both hardy and very beautiful to look at, especially from the top when you can see those trailing tail fins. A little while back, I started taking an interest into some of the more pond type varieties of goldfish. So I have my group of G-Keens, which I featured in another video, and my small group of Watonai too. And what I was trying to do with the Watonai was get a small breeding group, so get at least one male and at least one female. Well, as luck would have it, I ended up with 3 males, even though I thought I was picking out a female. So it goes to show that goldfish are not always the easiest fish to sex. Sometimes you think it's a male, it ends up being a female, and vice versa. The methods that we use to sex goldfish are not always 100% reliable. One of those methods would be the presence or absence of breeding stars, and I talk about this in another one of my videos too. But breeding stars are little white bumps that show up on the gill covers of the fish and on the leading ray of the pectoral fin, and sometimes even on the body of the fish. I have had female fish before that have shown breeding stars, but it's usually a male characteristic. And there's other ways to sex a goldfish too, but not all of them are 100% accurate all the time, unless you actually witness your fish spawning and you see the eggs coming out of the female and you see the male swimming behind her and fertilizing the eggs. That is the only 100% for sure way to know whether it's a male or a female, without trying the more invasive methods where some people will squeeze the fish to see if any eggs or milk will come out, which I do not recommend doing, so please don't do that at home to your fish. It can actually be very damaging. So anyways, that big long tangent was basically just to say that I was trying to get a breeding group of these fish and I ended up with 3 males. I guess that just means I'll have to get more in the future. Darn. My little group of Watonai consists of 3 fish that are living in my 60-gallon black Laguna tub. The Laguna tubs I don't think are available for sale anymore. I'm not sure. They're manufactured by a company called Laguna, or at least they were, and I believe that company was sold. So some people have been asking me where I got these black tubs and where they can find them too. Even for me, back when I got them, they were really hard to find. I had to go to a local mom and pop pet store and show them a picture of what I wanted, ask if they carried Laguna brand. They actually did happen to carry Laguna brand. They didn't have them in the store. It wasn't an item that they carried, but they were able to special order them in for me. And they were fairly affordable, but I don't know if that is still possible to do today. I haven't tried because I got these Laguna tubs many years ago and have since decided that I want to stick with blue for the color of my tubs, because with the black ones, it's just so much harder to see the fish down in there. The first Watonai that I got would be this red and black one. This one is super, super cool. I really love the color pattern of this one. I did not get this one from Rain Garden, so I don't believe it was derived in the same way of going back to the original crossing where you cross the ryukin with the wakin. So I don't know if you could technically call this one a true Watonai. However, its phenotype or the way that it looks does appear to be a Watonai. The thing I like the most about this one is that mottled black and red coloring. It has mostly black color all over its body, and then towards the front of it, mostly concentrated on its head, it has a vibrant red color, and then the black color kind of breaks up and intersperses throughout the red, and it gives it almost like a molten lava look, which is really cool. I got that one back in September. Shortly after I got that one, I ordered the orange one from Rain Garden. Now, I would have gotten one that had a bit of a more interesting color pattern if I had the option, but what I was looking for mostly, since I was intending on breeding these fish in the future, was a fish that had good conformation. So out of the ones that Rain Garden had available, I picked the one that I thought had the best conformation for what I wanted to have my fish that I bred look like down the road. And it just happened to be an all orange one, so I got an all orange one. I do wonder a little bit if it may be a little stunted in growth. One of the things that you can look for to know if your goldfish's growth has been stunted is the eye size will be a little bit too large in relation to the rest of the body. And that's really something that comes from experience of looking at and studying tons of fish over time. You'll be able to start noticing those things more as you develop more experience with these fish. It just looks a little bit like his eyes are a little too large in proportion to his body. And also the other thing is his fins are very, very long in relation to his body. Now, sometimes that's normal. Sometimes that's just because the variety is supposed to look that way. Like with veil tails, for example, their fins are supposed to be very, very long. So it's not a reliable way to tell if your goldfish's growth has been stunted. But taken together with his eye size being a little bit large for his body, it just kind of makes me wonder if he may be stunted a little bit in growth. And the last one I got was this all white one. This one is actually a pinky, which I talked about in some of my previous videos. That means that it is an all white fish with pretty much no pigment anywhere on its body and also no metallic scales. It's called a pinky because it usually has like a pinkish hue to its body, and especially when you look at the gill covers, you'll be able to see the pink fleshy color of the gills right through the gill covers because it has no metallic sheen covering the skin and kind of blocking the pink from showing through. I used to have a long time ago a group of what I called ghost bristles. They were just pinky Bristol Shabunkins. I liked this Watonai because of the color. He reminded me of the pinky Bristols that I used to have. This one I also did not get from Rain Garden, so I don't believe it was derived from the original crossing of the ryukin with the wakin to derive the Watonai. And there you have it. Those are my 3 Watonai goldfish. This will be the second time that you guys have seen the orange one because I did an unboxing video when I first got him back in October, but it's the first time that you guys have ever really gotten a good look at the other 2. Thanks for stopping in and watching this video, guys. I also want to thank anyone who tuned in to my first ever live stream last Tuesday. It got pretty real and pretty awkward at times because I had some technical difficulties, but it was really fun being able to chat with you guys in real time. Let me know in the comment section down below if you tuned in for that and if you would like to see more live videos from me in the future. I think it was really fun and something I would like to experiment with doing more of, maybe even doing live broadcasts of one of my goldfish aquariums or other fun things like that. So let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in that. Don't forget to subscribe. I do new videos every single week about goldfish care and other pets too, so you can learn with me about how to take better care of our beloved pets. If you are subscribed, make sure you hit the bell button down below. That'll make sure that you see my videos as soon as they're uploaded and you're one of the first to be able to see them. I also still have my 2017 calendars available for sale on my website. There are only about 22 left, I think, at this point, so they're going fast. I'm also introducing a new way for you guys to help support Solid Gold and join me really in spreading this information about proper goldfish care and even other pets, I've created Solid Gold membership, which will get you some perks, like you'll get a Solid Gold sticker pack mailed to you automatically just for signing up as a member. There's also going to be a yearly giveaway that I have not decided on the prize yet, but it's going to be something big and something really cool that only people that are members of Solid Gold can be eligible to win. You also will get your name added to the member wall on my website. I'll put a link down in the description section below so you guys can check it out. If that's something you guys want to do to help support me and what I'm doing here at Solid Gold, I would really appreciate it. I love making these videos for you guys. They've always been free and they always will continue to be free whether you help support me or not. And honestly guys, even just watching this video, liking it, commenting below, sharing it with your friends is the best way that you could support me anyway. So thank you for watching, and until next time, stay gold.